You have to give Louisville a lot of credit. They came out ready to play. They had lost back-to-back games. Obviously, one of their best players missed those 2 games, but they came out ready to play and took it to us, and we dug a hole. I thought we took some bad shots in the first quarter in particular, forced some things. Maybe we were a little nervous, whatever, but we weren't in attacking mode. And it's one of the last things I told them before we stepped on the court was, I love this group of young ladies. They're awesome people, but when you step between the lines for a couple hours, you got to go to battle, and you got to compete and be aggressive. And Louisville did that, and we didn't in the first quarter. And so all night long we were trying to dig ourselves out of that hole. But again, they came ready to play, did a nice job. They had some kids. Jones hadn't. I think she's made maybe 8 threes all season, hit 3 out of 4 tonight, which, again, she can shoot it. But we were hoping we could get away with maybe, playing her a little differently, and she made us pay for it. Diop hit 2 threes, normally not a three-point shooter. So they hit some shots, and like I said, we didn't do a really good job defending, and they did. I mean, they made it tough inside all night on the block. And then, tried to make us rush some shots on the perimeter. And so you got to give them a lot of credit.
Questions?
Coach, you just touched on it, but want to get your thoughts from your perspective, obviously, on the defense, especially on Lisa. Kylie Shook did a great job down there. It seemed like they were denying her. Can you just give us your thoughts?
Well, I don't know if they denied her that much, but when she did get it, they did a nice job of really bellying up on her and making it tough in there for her to move. And she's got to probably do a better job of maybe taking an extra dribble or being more explosive with the dribble she takes and create some space. When you're 6'5", a lot of times you can get away with not doing that. But Shook matches her up size-wise and did a good job, made it tough on her.
Kayla, you guys got off to a 6-1 start, and then they ran off 12 straight points. What changed at that point?
Like Coach said, we took some tough shots. I mean, they can run. They're a team that score off transition, and our tough shots was basically like turnovers, like he said, and basically the transition point. If we probably should have took better shots and attacked the rim, we probably could have cut those points out.
I mean, if you had told me coming in that we're only going to have 8 turnovers and that we're going to out-rebound them by 5, that was the 2 main things we were looking at. So I would have felt pretty good about it. But, I just thought they really defended us well, got after us, and we didn't do a good job of keeping them in front of us. And so it's pretty simple. I mean, they attacked the basket and got kind of what they wanted, and we ended up a lot of times having to settle for a tough shot.
It was 13-6 in rebounding in the first quarter for Louisville, and then they end up coming away with an 11-point lead after the first quarter. How much did that deficit change things for how the team was attacking their?
I mean, like I said, I just think they took it to us, and we looked nervous, scared, whatever. We also had a bye. You wonder sometimes, are you better off just keeping with the rhythm you got going and the routine? But, at this time of year, it's great when you can give them a couple of days off, give them a weekend off, whatever. But, again, I don't think it was so much that. I just think they really, like I said, their backs were to the wall. They'd lost back-to-back games, and they came in here hungry, and they've been on this stage before, and, we're trying to get to the elite level, and so you got to give them credit. They came in here and took it.
Kayla, you guys got back to within 3 a couple of times in the fourth quarter. Did you guys just run out of gas at the end there?
No, they just made tough shots at the end. We had a couple of defensive breakdowns, and that kind of changed the momentum because I think it was like 3 minutes left, and then they were up by 10 again. So it was kind of quick shots in transition or whatever, and the lead was back up. So it was on the defensive end, basically.
So is that something that you did differently? Because it looked like you guys were attacking, especially you and Jada. When you did get that run to get back to within 3, did you kind of change a little bit once you got close?
Oh, yeah. Wait, you mean change as in good?
No, I mean change your strategy and start shooting from the perimeter and, like you said, taking quick shots rather than
Oh, yeah.
attacking
Coach
the rim.
told us when we came down at halftime, we needed to attack them, We were settling, like I said, and we knew if we attack them off the bounce, we either get them in foul trouble again and go to the line. or you make an easy bucket.
Wes, it's not the first time somebody's really tried to shut Alyssa down inside and put a body on her and do all those things. How she handled it in the past, it's a compliment to her that they put so much attention on what they were doing. And what does she have to do to get better at it from this point forward?
Well, like I said, she's, got to continue to work on trying to get some separation, using a dribble. If you're only going to take one dribble, at least push it out in front and make it an explosive dribble. If not, can you take two dribbles? Whatever, and a lot of contact in there, and it's a physical part of the game. Again, continue to get stronger. But, I think got to slow down a little bit. She's got a good left hand. She needs to use it more probably, so they can't sit on her left shoulder where her right hand is. Again, I kind of kicked myself. We might should have gone with a little bit more, a smaller lineup, a little bit more athletic lineup, maybe a little bit sooner. We did late in the game there, but try to get maybe a Jada Boyd and a KJ out there together some. But it's hard to get away from somebody like Elisa who you've ridden with all year long. So tough night, but like I said, I think got to give credit to Louisville for making it that way.
On a positive note, how encouraged were you that Jada played the way she did on this stage against a team like that?
Yeah, really in the recruiting process, it came down to us in Louisville. And, we were fortunate enough that she chose to come here. And so I think she probably was a little more motivated and focused. But, she's got unbelievable potential. She's going to be a great player. There's just times it's a big jump from high school to the ACC, and her high school program was not quite as strong as some. And so there's a lot of things that she's still trying to grasp, but she's so doggone athletic. You gotta try to live with it some and let her play, and she did a great job. Like I said, probably should have got her out there more.
That sequence at the end of the first half where Kayla grabbed that offensive rebound, you were yelling for just to take one final shot and kind of force up a bad shot. They hit a three. How demoralizing was that?
Yeah, that was. I think we were down 7. And we could have taken the last shot, maybe cut it to 5 or 4. But obviously they were on the other end of the floor. She couldn't hear me. But, I got to do a better job, I guess, of making sure we understand those situations. But I think there was 24 seconds left, which now with the new clock, it resets at 20. You still could have done a pretty good job of taking the last look. And like I said, it was a big play because we failed to score, and they came down and hit a 3 in transition, and now you're down 10 at halftime, and a little bit of a demoralizing blow there to end the half. So, yeah, it was frustrating and disappointing, but just got to try to bounce back and learn from it.
With both teams down 11-2 in ACC play, they kind of have control of their own destiny at this point. How much does that change things for you guys down the stretch, needing some help to?
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. We're tied for first. Yeah, it's disappointing. Don't get me wrong. I understand how it works, and we really could have taken a great step tonight. But we're still tied for first. We got 5 games left, and it's a quick turnaround. We come back Sunday against Georgia Tech. We got to be ready to play. And, we got all tough games, coming up here at home and then going on the road to Virginia and who's the other one? What is it? Miami, yes, which is always a tough game down there. So, yeah, you can see I'm focused on one game at a time. We got to worry about Georgia Tech, and we got to be ready to play Sunday and try to get this taste out of our mouth.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you.